From here on out, every foul is flagrant, boy. Let's go. What's up? Came in a chokehold, more balls than Esco. All right, maybe
you are now tuned into the chat room, your favorite baller's favorite podcast.
All right, welcome back to the Chatroom Podcast. This is episode 9, and I am the Senator. And with me today, I got Dewayne.
What's on?
Also got Coach in the building.
What did it do?
And on this episode, we were lucky enough and honored enough to have 3 great basketball minds join us on this one here. Some legends out here. So I'm going to allow them to say their name and give the audience a little bit of insight on what they brought them to this point and made them the legends that they are today.
Hey, y'all can just say your high school affiliation, man. Let's just start there.
Prince started off, man.
All right. My name is Oliver Prince, and I went to Markham District High School for 2 years and then transferred to Jean Vanier in Scarborough, Toronto. So,
forgot about the Markham District stretch.
Right.
Kaylan Anderson. So I guess I should probably include that I went to MT. I'm probably known more for MT, to be honest.
Yeah.
MT, then went to West Hill, and I actually finished off in Alabama.
Okay.
Well, Danhue played at Borden first for a couple of years. So I played against Kaylan quite a bit. And then went to MT for my last year.
Sick.
Okay, dope. First of all, I just want to say thank you for taking the time out and joining our podcast this episode. And
I'll just say this. Kaylan said that he's more known for MT, but for sure, I when I was growing up, I'm like, yo, Hits is the man from West Hill, him and Shep. I'm like, because I was on your team. I'm like, oh shit, he's the man.
That's biased though. You were at the school with us, so that's different. But MT was my stomping ground.
MT.
Everybody knows him because it's the Vern, bro. Everybody knows him. Vern.
I'll never forget the first game, the game we played at MT versus Vanier. It was the tip, and then Kaylan just took off from the free throw line and dunked on somebody. I was done. It was rude. I was like,
those days are long gone, though. Tell you that.
What?
lucky to see me touch the backboard.
Right? Oh man, come on, man. Come on. Oh man.
All right, so we're gonna jump into the first topic, roundtable style. So we've all found out who the All-Stars are, and then we've had a couple replacements. So we've had Sabonis replace KD. We've had Booker, who replaced Anthony Davis. From that All-Star lineup, who do you guys think would be the number 1 pick? And also, who do you think was snubbed this year?
Number 1 pick. That's tough. I mean, shoot. Might be Giannis. He might go number 1.
Everybody debate that.
But do you think that Giannis is going to be the captain now, seeing that KD was the captain, or is KD still the captain?
KD's still the captain. They said that. Yeah, they said he's still going to be the captain.
Say still picking.
So Giannis will probably go number 1.
Yeah, Giannis or Joel. Giannis
Yeah.
Joel.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Embiid is playing nice though, guys. Like Embiid is.
Yeah,
but Embiid's still Embiid. But
he's playing out of his mind.
The internet's forever. But if they're going for culture, they'll probably pick Steph.
Yeah. It honestly depends on what they're trying to do. Like, if they're trying to like actually win the All-Star game, or they're just doing it just because like Brown already came out and said that he doesn't care about the All-Star game.
Mm-hmm.
Like it just depends on where their head's at. Like, if they're really trying to win, I can see Braun going after like Giannis. or Harden if you're trying to win. If you're just doing it just to put a good product out, let those guys hoop, whatever, do it for the culture. I can definitely see Steph as that first pick, but who knows?
Tough to tell because if I was doing it for the win, I'm going for Steph because I just feel like the energy he brings to any team. This is what makes like that whole MVP and who's the best at whatever. That's what makes that topic difficult because Steph can change the game from the bench.
Back.
So it all depends, and it depends on what energy Steph brings to that game too.
Yeah.
All right. So let's talk about Trae Young and Freddie, who were both left off. How do you guys feel about that one?
It's tough. I mean, Trae's averaging 27 and 10. I mean, to me, that's all-star numbers. I don't know, but I mean, it's a losing record.
You see,
so what are you really looking at?
You know, like my stance is this. Same thing I said last year. Trae shouldn't have started last year. Right?
They're doing it for nostalgia, right? They're doing it for the audience. It's not really so much about. Yeah, like I think Freddie should in that conversation. When a man dropped 50 points within the game, man, that's hard, man. That's tough. Yeah. And he's still leading.
He could have made a reserve spot. Yeah, he definitely.
He is the leader of that
reserve. Yeah.
Yeah, reserve.
Yeah, I definitely.
Once you start losing, though, once your team starts losing, it changes everything for you, though.
Unless
it does.
The only like for instance, like with Trae last year, like I was upset that he made the All-Star team, but I understood because he was a starter. The starters are picked primarily by fans. So so Trae Young, especially since Steph wasn't there last year, Trae Young took all that hype that Steph usually gets.
Yeah.
Right. So I understood that. And then Bradley Beal this year is putting up ridiculous numbers. So I understand him getting the starting nod. But I think the real, like the all-stars, like the ones that really matter to me are the ones that are picked from the media, the coaches, like the bench unit, because those are the ones that are like, no, we're picking you because you're winning, you're putting up work. Like that's what
it's conflicting though, because I think again, every year I look at the All-Star game, I think it's a big joke anyways. But
100%.
If you're looking at, I think it's more so. It's not about your record so much. It's about like who's popular, who's gonna tune in. It's money. This is a business at the end of the day.
All money.
Like, you know what I mean? So I'm surprised. Truthfully, I'm surprised they didn't throw LaMelo Ball in there because that's a big pull from a media perspective.
Yes, it is.
You know, it's not about W's. It's really about popularity.
It's not too dependent on if are they doing the rookie game this year?
I don't think so.
No, so they're doing the skill competition before the game starts.
Right.
Then at halftime, they're doing the dunk off and the 3-point shootout, and then they're going to finish off the game. So my only thing about Trae, to tell you the truth, is that I figured that he would be an all-star, especially with the fact that it's in Atlanta. The numbers that he's putting up, and it's in Atlanta. So I thought that was going to play a factor in him playing. So I'm more shocked that Trae didn't get in more than Freddie, to be honest. And if you look at some of the all-stars now, they're playing good, but a lot of them, there's a few of them, like look at the Celtics now, they're under 500 with their record, right? So, and they have 2 all-stars on the team.
It's the East also, though. The East being under 500, you're basically 2 games away from 4th place. You know,
Exactly.
It is what it is, but
that's the reason why I was saying about Trae. That's what I was saying about Trae, because that would still give him, even though they don't have a winning record, they're still in contention of being in potentially the play-in game or even taking 7th or 8th. So for all those factors, like it being in Atlanta, the way how he's playing and all that stuff, I figured that he would have been in over like Freddie or
guard position though, man. Like historically, the guard position has been pretty difficult. The big man position was a lot stronger years back. But if you look at it now, you got Rudy Gobert in there. And no offense to Rudy, because he's dominant on the floor. He changes the game. He impacts the game. Right. But he's in the game.
200 mil.
Yeah, 200 mil.
And he probably threatened the coach. coaches. He said, "Yo, you guys will make me an all-star. I'm spreading this COVID all over again." So
Guy.
Wow.
He said the C word.
I'm just saying,
Wow.
he was Project
And you
Zero.
know what? That should put an asterisk beside him too, because when and obviously he didn't know and he didn't mean any harm, but when he did find out he had COVID and he started doing all that silly stuff, touching the chairs, touching people.
Yeah.
That should have put an asterisk beside him. But
I don't follow up the media. Did he have COVID and knew that?
He didn't know.
No, he didn't know. He didn't know.
No,
I
he knew.
thought he know.
Yeah,
He knew he was. He felt he had flu-like symptoms. He knew he had flu-like symptoms. He didn't take it serious to know if he had COVID. But then he started like messing around and touching people's stuff and touching people's jerseys and all that stuff. And then it came out that he had COVID. So
Agent Zero.
I'm telling you, man, that guy has used it to make the most out of it. He became an all-star after, got 200 mil after.
Bro.
If any man can threaten the league, it's not LeBron anymore. It's Rudy. Let's move on to the next thing. So Zion has been teasing that he is going to be in the dunk competition. So my question to the table and the panel is, if you could choose 4 dunkers from any era to compete in a dunk-off, who would those 4 players be?
Wow.
Vince
I'll
Carter.
go first. I think my dunkers would be Vince Carter,
Yeah.
Zach LaVine,
Yeah.
Michael Jordan, of course, Dominic, Sean Kemp, Zion Williams.
Wait, we said 4.
Hey, you said 4.
This is
I'm trying what I want.
8.
I want power dunkers along with the best dunkers. That's I'm like, yo, I can't just stick to 4. I'm sorry.
he wants a 3-point shootout in the dunk version. Like this is.
I want a power dunk plus a finesse dunk. That's all.
I hear that.
Right.
Yeah.
Is your list going to continue? I just wanted to make sure.
No. My list is
Okay.
I would go
6 deep.
Jay Rich, Zach LaVine, Vince. Yeah, Vince and Gerald Green.
Oh, I can't even argue that. That's off. That's dunker.
I can't go Gerald Green because he's not a dunk-off dunker, man. He has ridiculous bounce. But he's a game dunker, man.
I'll take him. So high that any given day he could just surprise. Like if he wants to be a dunk-off dunker today, sure, he'll do it. Like
but he's been in the
jumped
dunk-off.
him.
He's been in the dunk-off, but like his in-game dunks are better than his dunk-off dunks.
Because he doesn't care. That bounce though.
Yeah, crazy bounce.
Yes, he does.
Dumb bounce.
Yes, he does.
Then I would reserve, actually nah, because once you put Vince in, anyone you say after that is kind of just there to play.
It don't matter. It don't matter after that.
Jeez.
I might go Vince, MJ, Zach LaVine. I think those 3 are set. But like Kaylan already kind of mentioned, like my underdog out of all of that was Jay Rich, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like him doing off the backboards and putting reverse through the legs and like that kind of
He
stuff.
was ready.
Come on, man. Like that's nuts. That's nuts. So he might be my 4th.
It's crazy. What I pick, Vince Carter, Zach LaVine. I like the competition between Eric Gordon and Zach LaVine. That was fun.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take Eric Gordon in there, and then I'll put old school. I would want to see like Steve Francis back in there.
Wow.
Yeah, franchise.
Just because he's short.
Yeah, not small. The only thing with franchise that kind of held him back is that he couldn't palm the ball.
Yeah.
All wrist.
All wrist.
All wrist and cuff.
You know how hard that is to do?
What?
It's hard, bro.
And cock it back?
Yeah. His bounce was underrated. But like, I would say, this is just to throw you guys off a little bit. If you were to have a dunk off in the city,
Oh man,
all-time dunk off in the city,
Justin Darlington. That's the only name.
Oh yeah, I was just about to say that too. Justin Darlington's probably the best dunker we have.
Hey, no. Stop. I got one though. Prince and Caleb might agree with this one. Dawkins.
Oh yeah.
Man, the man used to come to the gym, do 360 windmill with Tim's. Come on, bro.
You know what's funny? I'm not gonna name a bunch of guys, but I will say there was a dude at West Hill. Actually, there was two of them. There was Jamar Burke, very frequently jumps out the gym, and then Andre. I don't know if you guys remember Andre, because Andre didn't take basketball very serious, but this is a man who'd come to gym class and go through the legs off the two and cleanly punch it. And this is a guy who didn't even want to play on the team. We had to beg him on the team. Mm-hmm. So it's hard to talk about like who in the city, because there was a few, but if I had to choose a couple guys, I'm choosing Messiah and Tristan Martin.
Oh yeah, okay.
That's it. Yeah. Kevin Messiah, Tristan Martin, and
Henry Beckering. He's from out in Alberta. You remember Henry?
Henry Beckering, yep.
With him. He's unbelievable. I don't know if you guys know him out in Alberta, but
I know him.
Henry Beckering did the 2 foot from
the two brothers.
2 foot.
I played against them.
Wait, you just say 2 foot?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, like and he's not even that tall either.
You know what the funny thing is? The funny thing is, it's like we came up in an era where there's no YouTube and everything, but I'm sure you could find Henry's dunks.
For sure.
Yeah, he even went to the States, I think, for football, because that's what he was playing at first.
Oh, I heard that.
Yeah, he was a kicker.
Hunting or something.
He was a kicker. Yeah, he's a kicker.
Mm-hmm. Henry.
I can't lie. Still, he banged on a couple of my guys when I was playing against him.
All right, Fanfare, go ahead, Fanfare.
For my guys, I would say Vince Carter, obviously, Michael Jordan, Zach LaVine, and Jay Rich. Those are literally my favorites. So I'm just going with the faves.
Okay.
Y'all are disrespectful. Y'all left Birdman off. That's crazy.
Don't do Birdman. The longest dunk competition I ever seen.
Yo, he changed the game. He changed the entire game, man. That one
so
dunk.
Because you can get like 19 tries?
You can get 19, 20 tries.
Birdman.
For me, it would be Gordon, Jordan, Levine, and Jay Rich.
You leaving Vince off?
No Vince.
Wow.
So here's the reason why I didn't put him on there is because for me, I just think Vince is gonna win. So I wanted it a little like, if we look at that dunk off when he was in it, it was like by the second dunk, everyone was like, all right, this is over, right?
No,
like
after the first dunk, it was a Vince show.
No, the first one, it woke them up. They're like, okay, cool. The second one, they're like, okay, there's no point of this continuing, right? At least with Mike, like when he was in the dunk off, it was against Dominique, and then it was like back and forth.
It was
right?
competitive.
Gordon and Levine, they were going back and forth, right? Like it wasn't just blowouts. Like we didn't just know they were gonna win at the end. Like Vince, we just knew. Like
no, you know the crazy thing is, even with that Vince dunk off, if you go back, even though we remember his dunks, he didn't get 450s. His last dunk was like a 46.
Well, the last one,
Kenny give that to him?
Yeah, his last dunk.
Kenny didn't give him a perfect score.
Are you talking about the two hands?
Free throw line, yeah.
Yeah, but that was because he only needed like a 45 to win, so he didn't have to be creative on it, right? Like it was already.
How do you give another 10? After that first dunk, how do you give another 10?
Yeah.
But and that was the issue with the Gordon and Levine dunk off, right? Because it was like they were giving out 10s crazy, right? And then that last one, it was just like, well, we saw certain things before, like whatever, but.
A 10 is a 10, bro. A 10 is a 10.
Yeah.
No matter, man. 10's a 10.
But
Vince is what they're doing.
Word.
and what I think is scary about Vince, is that he said he didn't know what he was going to do until he got there. like the arm and the rim one. He was looking at the rim and he was like, then he started to like wipe down his arm, and that's when he was like, okay, that's what I'm gonna do. Like,
That's
give
why
that
Gerald
man's
Green is scary. Honestly, I played Gerald Green in real life in high school, and honestly, he was the first person to make me realize that, like, yo, you really might not go to the league, because he was different.
Damn.
It was humbling because everyone's like, oh, yo, you're a flyer. No, I was not. Like, if you see, you got what you guys don't know is Lou Will in high school. Unbelievable. Like, Lou Will was flying.
D-Rose for me.
Oh, D-Rose for sure.
Yeah, but D-Rose was known.
Yeah.
D-Rose was known. We knew that he had bounce because he was doing the same things that Simeon. But
yo, he was so fast, bro. Like, like fast.
All right. Okay.
Like,
Hold on.
fast.
Before we get into this, I'm gonna pose this question. It's the next question I'm posing to it. So if you guys were to create your you're going to the blacktop and you're gonna create you plus 4 of the guys for your 5 to run on a blacktop of guys that you played with over your career, who will your 5 be?
Holy smokes.
well, could we include just like a run, like we play with them on a run, or is this like they have to be?
No, yes, sir. Yeah. Guys that play on a run too. That counts for sure.
Canadian?
You say?
Canadian?
Don't have to be Canadian.
anywhere.
Whoever, anywhere.
And anybody that you played with, including yourself, you need a 5 to go to the blacktop to go run. Who's your 5?
This is hard to answer because like some of the guys that I want to name that I played with at like certain runs, that's like, I don't know you. Like, you're cold, I don't know you. So I'll frame mine as guys that I actually know that I would play with. Because I don't want to beg friend.
Bomb.
And we won't use anyone in this chat. How about that? Because
That's fair. That's fair.
high school OP was a very serious human.
Nuts, bro.
But we'll
Nuts,
move on.
bro. Like,
No.
saying, bro. Nuts, bro.
Okay, well, obviously I would go with my guy Javon.
All right, Shep.
And chemistry-wise, like I can't not play with PT. So yeah, am I included in the 5 or am I picking 5?
Yeah. You're including the
So
5.
that's me, PT. Honestly, I'm going all Malvern. Me, Jamino, PT. Me, Jamino, PT, Javon, and Jamie McNeely.
Okay. Vern 5. Okay.
Why not? Like, I'm not going anywhere outside that.
I hear it. Honestly, I hear it. And growing up, being a man who used to always like come to Vern Rec for like playing with like friggin' Hurricanes and all that stuff. Like, I see you guys in the gym all the time. Like, yo, they're tough, so I can't go wrong with that.
6th man, Jordan Williams.
Yeah.
Jabba.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he could start over me. I'd be the 6th man. That's cool with me.
Jeez. Yeah, he was talented, man. Jeez. Lefty, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Yeah, man. I would take Denham Brown, Andrew Carpenter, Terry Licorice,
Mm-hmm.
and two big guys, Big Bird.
High school Bird was serious. You went straight to Stanley.
Yeah. Those are my guys.
Man said Denham, the OG. Jeez.
Honestly,
Yeah.
for me, Denham's like the Vince Carter card. Like
Yeah,
in my
bro.
era,
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Denham's the Vince
I
Carter.
got a crazy story with Denham, bro.
Mm-hmm.
What's that?
Crazy story. Actually, it was Shep who brought me there. What's that gym they play at, that rec center?
Falstaff?
Falstaff, right?
Falstaff?
Yeah.
Man, that's the shittiest I've ever played basketball in my life, bro.
What?
You know, back in the days, you couldn't touch denim. If you touch denim, bro, you know, like, man's gonna see you after the game, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Man, bro, Bruh, I played so garbage. Shep looked at me because Shep was the one who brought me. Shep was like, D, what the fuck is going on with you, bro? Like, yo, D, I couldn't even make a layup. I couldn't even make a layup to save my life, bro.
Yeah, you don't make a layup, you gotta go home, bro.
Bro, I was like, yo, Sheps, go do your thing, bro. I'm gonna chill on the side.
Like for us, OP, like the teams we were on, Falstaff turned into like, well, Stanley too, but Falstaff turned into like the new home, like the new Malvern Rec.
Yep.
And the thing, Danhue, like that, now that you just say that, like you can't touch denim stuff, the sad part about that is like, no one's gonna do nothing to you. It's really more like the new guy. You just threaten the new guy kind of.
Yeah.
Denim will take a hard foul with a smile on his face.
I knew that, but again, when facts.
Mm-hmm. True.
But bro, when you're coming from the Vert, you have none of your hands on with you from Emps. Nobody's running that place. Not me, bro.
Falstaff is a family gym though. And Falstaff, like if you get invited to Falstaff,
I don't know that though.
You're just okay. Because no one gets invited to Falstaff.
But I never really ventured outside of Emps, really.
Fair enough.
Like really, I didn't really. That was my box. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But my four, definitely Shep. I'll definitely take my brother any day, man. My brother would play on my squad any day.
Bro.
I take Romaine.
That's my dog.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to Ro. That's my dog,
take
man.
My brother any day, bro.
Love.
Who else? Jamie. Neely for sure. Another one. You know what? I'll take Ashton Smith.
Smooth.
He's the one. Tough. That's tough.
Yeah.
I gotta revamp my list. Hold on. Hold on. Okay. I'll take Chris Blackwood.
Okay.
Andrew Carpenter.
Okay. 2 guards.
Denim Brown.
Okay.
And Iggy from.
Okay.
That covers everything. Point guard, small forward, shooting guard.
I actually liked your first squad, but like Terry, Licorice, and Bird.
Yeah, but that was my San Antonio squad. That was my San Antonio squad, man.
Tough.
I needed 2 big, old school.
Okay. All right. Well, kind of got 3 guys who, me personally, I grew up watching at a close. But yeah, take us through like your journey. Like how was your journey kind of getting through like playing in the city, going on to play high level college basketball, like what's that journey like for you guys?
I'll let OP go first. He had a very unique journey. Actually, OP, you can go last because you'll just shred our story.
Sure, yeah, he'll shred it. His story is nuts. So
No, for me, just like it was real black and white. Like it's a story you'll hear from Danhue next. Like I just loved the game, so I tried to get as far as I could. Recruitment wise, I had crazy recruitment. I just didn't have a lot of knowledge. Like I didn't even know what divisions were. And then I had the wrong people in my ear also. Mm-hmm. So that's not even important. But once you get to this, so luckily I went in high school. So I was able to adjust a little earlier. Well, my last year, because my grades were bad. So I went out there and my team was unbelievable. The freshman on my team was 3rd in the country. So we had ESPN, Sports Illustrated at our gym to see him. No matter what I did in the gym, I was just there. But my squad was stacked. Like guys signed to Auburn, Louisville. Like the squad was stacked, and my coach didn't expect me to come down. So when I called him and said, I fly in tomorrow, I'll be at the airport at so and so. He's like, "You're coming?" I was like, "Yeah." Like flights booked. I'm coming. So I land, I get picked up, and they have me in a hotel. I don't even have a place to stay. So I'm in the hotel now, and that lasted for like 4 days. And then one of the guys on the squad was like, you should come stay at my house, whatever, instead of staying in the hotel. And I was like, thankfully. So I went there, and the coach reasoned with me. I think he was going to send me home, to be honest, because we hadn't practiced. He couldn't come in the gym because there's different rules in the States. So the coaches can't come in the gym for the first like month of you playing. But the day before I went back home, because I didn't have any paperwork, he didn't think I was really coming. I didn't have no I-20. I didn't have nothing. I was basically visiting. So maybe like the couple days before I was leaving was the day they were allowed in the gym. And I shredded everything in sight that day. Like, honestly, and it wasn't nothing out the ordinary. Like, I wasn't that great. Like I thought I was back then, but I was good enough to cause problems for anybody. Yep. But I was like, I thought I was amazing, but I was actually just good. And then, but I shredded everyone that day. And the coach ends up calling me into the office. He's like, yo, listen, we're going to send you home and get your paperwork right, but please tell me you'll come back. And I think he clued into the fact that I knew he didn't think I was coming. So I had an opportunity to go to Laurinburg and Southern Maryland. So I think he thought I was going to go to one of the other ones because they had nothing ready for me. They had me in hotels, and now I'm staying with a man. So it was all a mess. But like being from Toronto, we don't know no better. We just want to be out. We just, like being in the States means we're one step closer. So I had a spot. I'm not going to another spot. I need out. Like I'm coming back if you would take me. So I left. I went home. I was home for a month in like middle of September to the middle of October in my senior year. And then I got back out there in October. A couple of my guys got drug tested. See, high school is different out there. So they got drug tested and failed, 2 of them. And they got kicked off the team, a dude who was going to Ole Miss and a dude who was going to Auburn. So now they not only do they want me, but now they really need me. So then I got back out, had a great season, and it was just a fight. Without that year, I think I would have gotten the culture shock's real too, because your jokes aren't even funny, you know, like they don't laugh at you, like you're not funny. But it was cool. Like that's pretty much my whole thing, man. It's just a chase and showcasing the skill and showing that, yeah, I'm from Canada, but we don't all live in igloos and just constantly prove everyone wrong. Yeah, man.
That's
like
my
every
story.
day is just prove someone wrong. And that was my whole journey, no matter what level we're talking, even high school, just prove the next person wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, I would echo the same thing. It's a very similar journey as far as mine goes. Prince, we're going to leave you for last because your journey's crazy.
Crazy.
But yeah, no, you know what? It's funny enough, it was Papa Opong who brought me to basketball. Because I used to hate basketball. I used to play soccer. Dead ass, like.
Yep.
I used to play soccer. And Papa's like, yo, just come to my, because Papa lived in like, 80 or 90? Sorry, 90. Papa lived in 90 and I lived in 10. But we all frequent like 110. You know what I mean?
10 yeah.
Yeah, so I'd go there quite a bit, like after soccer practice and just hoop. Like I didn't know how to shoot. I didn't know how to dribble a ball. I didn't know anything. But yeah, Papa gave me that ball and I'm like, all right, shit, this is competitive. This is fun. Like this is, you know?
You're fast too, man. So
appreciate it. But yeah, no, I discovered basketball and fluke. Like I said, I didn't really play basketball to go somewhere. For me, it was more so like an escape. Like, you know what I mean? Like growing up with a single parent mother, like there wasn't much to do or much for me. At least that's what I thought. When you're in that box, you don't really know anything different. You know what I mean? So just like a lot of those times when you guys see me play ball, I was just playing ball just to fill my stomach, to be honest with you. That's how basketball started for me. Then I lucked out and my coach kind of pushed me to go try out. I think it was at UFT? No, not UFT. I think it's George Brown or Georgetown, whatever, downtown somewhere. That they're having the Canada national tryout. And Ken Daniels, I'm sure you guys know him. He's like, nah, you're going. I was like, fuck that. I'm staying in the hood. Like,
Ken's the man, so he'll tell you you're going too.
Yeah, like
he'll tell you.
You know.
And
I'm there like, nah. At those times, honestly, a lot of people didn't know. Like, that's when I start picking up some badness. Like, you know what I mean? start hanging out with men like Coco and Sky Juice and the men. You're like, those men are my brothers. So we're hanging out quite a bit. And my coach called my mom, actually. My coach like, nah, you got to get Donnie ready. Come to pick him up. We're going to go to the gym. I'm like, all right, whatever. So we went down there, did my thing, got invited to the national team tryout with Shep. Was probably one of the youngest there. And I got cut, like, it was either me or Leo Routen's son. And you know how that's going to go. So they sent me packing. I was like, all right, whatever. So that's when the Carleton coach wanted me to come really bad. I was like, again, dumb, stupid, don't know nothing about basketball. I was like, all right, yeah, cool. But in the back of my mind, I ain't going nowhere. Whatever. I just didn't take that shit serious. So went back home, and then John Clara from Falstaff? Can't remember. Scatting-Court, that's it. He's like, yo, we have a showcase in Chicago. And this is when I played against Derrick Rose. We got a showcase in Chicago. I'm like, what is a showcase? Again, I don't understand the language of basketball. I didn't know. I didn't play basketball to go somewhere with it. I literally just played because it kept me busy. Like, you know what I mean? It kept me full. So I went there. Afterwards, I had a whole bunch of offers. Like, I had a couple offers in school, but nothing where I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. I'll take it up. I'll take that up. But after that tournament and playing against D Rose and playing nice, I played nice that tournament. Like, I had one guy literally running down the sideline, like, yo, where are you from? Where are you from? Like, Canada. Literally. I'm not even lying, bro. The man paused and was like, Canada? No, don't they have igloos and shit down there? I was like, oh my God. I was like, nah, bro, we live in homes. Like, we have heaters, everything, like winter, everything.
Right?
Chicago's
so
colder.
I left, huh?
Chicago's colder than Toronto winter.
I know. But certain, American, they only exist in their world. Like, nobody else really matters. Like, you know what I mean? So after that tournament, I got a whole bunch of recruits for JUCO, junior college. Again, didn't know what those things were. But from what the coaches kind of tell me, I went to, in Kansas, I went to Barton Community College, which is right next to the Jayhawks. Wichita State and Jayhawks is like literally down the street. So they wanted to like keep an eye on me. So just like your story there, okay, I went down there and the coach didn't expect me to come. Like, they were begging me to come, but I didn't want to go. I wanted to actually go to Coffeyville with Papa. But my coach was pushing me to go to Barton because of the recruit situation. And I was close to Lawrence and Wichita State, and right? And they were the one that was kind of looking at me. Again, didn't know much about basketball. So I was like, all right, whatever. Just do whatever you got to do, coach. Invite from there, and we're close with them. So yeah, then practice started. Shit was going good. The coach, and we were trash. But I went there, did my thing. I'm not gonna lie, like, I really did my thing. And out of a lot of the guys, even Philly guys, still to this day, they're really still cool. I mean, they still hit me up. Yo, you're gonna have to prove yourself open. And coach didn't stop anything. And scouts came down to look, because he had scouts from like Wichita State. He had scouts from like up Lawrence up the street. You have Alabama coming down. Like, for a couple, like, our squad was filled with D1 players. Just couldn't cut it because of their grades. So we're playing. I did my thing. There's this one guy named Ivan. I'll never forget. Like, the coach just let us play. It's the first time the coach kind of took the handcuffs off. And no stopping, no, yo, timeout, let's correct. No, just hoop. Man, I busted his ass. This is the first time, like, the coach looked at me, bro, and he's like, "You're from Canada, right?" I'm like, "Yeah." This is the head coach I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I'm like, "Yeah, I'm from Canada." He's like, "Really?" I'm like, "Yeah, you're the one who recruited me." But I found out it was his assistant coach. I didn't know it wasn't the head coach. It was the assistant coach. So after that, the guy was supposed to go to Alabama for a visit. They canceled it. So now they start looking at me. They canceled his whole visit, canceled everything. So the coach is pissed at me. This is 2 years in the making that coach has been working on this guy. After that, it was like downhill from there, like straight downhill. Like the assistant coach even came to me like, "Yo, I'm about to go coach for another team as a head coach. I'm gonna need you to come with me because this coach is not gonna play you right now because he's pissed because you messed up this guy's whole scholarship." I'm like, "How the hell did I do that? You guys said free run, go hoop." I hooped. What else you want me to do? It's not my fault he played like shit. Like, you know what I mean?
Politics.
Oh man, I hate that's the one. And after that, I came back to this is when my mom moved to Mornell.
Okay.
I came back from the States. I'm like, "Yo, fuck am I doing here? What am I gonna do?" Like I was lost. I had other offers, but at that point, I was like, screw basketball, man. I didn't go to play basketball because I love basketball like that. I just did it to get out of the hood, to be honest with you, and to fill my stomach. But yeah, and then I had a bunch of offers after that, didn't go. And then it was one day somebody upstairs in my basement killed somebody, 2 brethren that I know. Obviously, I won't speak on that. But then my mom is like, "Yo, you're getting out of here." Like, I don't care where you go, care what you do, you're leaving. So then this place called Lethbridge, didn't know where it is in Alberta. I had a bunch of boys that was playing on there, like Seth. These guys are from Pickering, so you guys probably won't even know them. You guys must know Alan Kadima, though. And then Alan's like begging me to come. I was like, "Whatever, bro. If I come and visit and I don't like the place, I'm not coming." So I was like, "Yo, it's better you guys just fly me out, 1-way ticket. Don't book me 2-way because I'm not coming back if I go back to Toronto." And ever since, I've just been here. Wow. It's kind of like my journey. And then I started coaching, and, you know.
Tough. Crazy. Found a new home.
I definitely did, you know. Settled in, you know, do some things that I never thought was possible.
I hear you,
Finish university, family counselor now. Like, man, came a long way.
That's a story.
Fair.
All right.
So,
there we go.
Kids are all here going crazy. Hold on.
Daddy of the year, man.
I hear that.
I had to move. I had to move from where I was. Anyway. Hold on. Yeah, man. So my journey was I don't know where to start. So I'll start at the beginning. But yeah, like I was in when I hey man, where do I start, man? I started playing baseball, bro. Soccer first. I played soccer first for Glen Shields when I lived in Vaughan. So I was playing for Glen Shields Soccer at Dufferin and Clark. And then while I was playing Glen Shields Soccer, I think I joined the Glen Shields baseball program because my dad liked baseball. So I started baseball. So baseball and soccer, I was playing them simultaneously at the same time. And then I got into playing basketball from I went to Dufferin Clark Community Center. And I think the coach from Humber, what's his name? AJ?
Yeah, Sharma.
Yeah. Coach AJ. Yeah. So he was there and he ran the VBA, was the Vaughan Basketball Association, like a little league. And at the time I care less about basketball. I was just playing, bro. I like soccer. I love soccer and I love baseball because my dad would watch baseball all the time. So I think one day I was on the field and I was playing soccer and there's a coach, a referee named Jacques Arsenault. He's a ref in Toronto. I think he yanked me off the field and was like, yo, what are you doing? Right? You're too tall to be playing this sport. I was like, okay, well, he's like, yeah, come to my tryout tomorrow at the gym here and you know, we'll get you going. So okay. I went to this Vaughan Basketball Association thing and yeah, I just played. It was fun and I just tried it out. And then from the Vaughan basketball thing, Jacques Arsenault was reffing, and he knew he was good friends with I believe it was Jacques Arsenault was the coach of the Richmond Hill Raiders for the Ontario basketball, so it's OBA. And then he asked me to come out to his tryout for that, and I went there. I made the team. When I walked into the gym, I said I was a point guard. I knew nothing. I knew nothing about basketball. I knew nothing. So I said I was a point guard. He looked at me and he laughed, and he showed me some stuff about basketball and, like, you know, footwork and posting up. And he really taught me how to play basketball, like from the basics and the fundamentals. And then we had a point guard named Adam Campbell. He was a really good point guard. He was like the Jason Kidd of my era. He was really good with the ball. He had good handles, you know, swagger behind the back, no look passes, whatever else. And then he was really cool friends with George Krause, who was at Markham District High School. And that's how I got in contact with George Krause to go over there to go to Markham for my high school, grade 9 and 10. So in grade 9 and 10, I'm still not really, you know, with this basketball thing kind of. And then I got good at it. I was tall, I was dominant, I was good. So I played. After I went to Markham District, 2 years, it was far. I was living in Scarborough. I would travel 2.5 hours every day to go to Markham. And after the second year I left because it was too far and I wasn't doing too good in my classes. And then I got to Vanier. I was only at Vanier for 1 year, 2001. Had an amazing time. Played well. Our team was sick. We won the TDCA championship. We took it away from Jamie McNeely. Yeah, we won that. We took the TDCA championship away from him. That was crazy. I didn't know anybody in Scarborough when I went to Scarborough. I didn't know anybody in Markham. I just went to school there and went to school here. So when I went to Scarborough, I had a good year in Scarborough. I met Kaylan. How do we meet, Kaylan? Through my bro?
You don't want to know the true story.
On MSN, like, I don't know, bro. It was so long ago.
Listen, you are telling this story like you were this humble, I don't know basketball kind of guy. Bro. I met you because after a game where I scored like at least 30, you walked up to me and you're like, "You think you're good?" Yeah, you're not that good.
Really?
Really?
Oh man. Yeah, no, man. But after playing in Vanier for the year, like, it blew up. My name blew up because in Markham we got invited to with Eugene, Chris Krause, Aaron Brandt, Mike Tuck. We got invited to the Toronto Metro, so with like Eastern and those guys there at Pearson, and we played and we won that in the junior year. I think it was the junior year. Yeah, we won the Toronto Metro tournament and we got first place. I don't know why. I don't know why they invited us. I guess we were so good at the time. We slapped like the city of Markham. It wasn't no competition for us. So they invited us to that. We won that, and then we took out Eastern. And at the time they were like 140-0.
Eastern's always up there, man.
Huh?
The Eastern's always up there for some reason.
Yeah, when we beat them, it was a big thing. It was crazy. So that happened, and then when I came to Scarborough, 1 year, and then that summer, we won the TDCA championship, and that summer I had played maybe 1 or 2 tournaments in America. I went to I went to Ohio with Coach Rowe. We didn't have a hotel or anything to stay in. We kind of stayed in the locker room of Ohio State.
What happened?
No, listen, man. Listen, it was amazing. Yeah, we stayed in
tell no more of those stories.
Yeah, man. Stories. Man.
No, but it was an experience, Like at the time, I didn't know what was going on. I was there, So we did that. I did another tournament. I think it was in Indiana, and then I did Kansas with Kaylan, the SGI shootout. Remember that one? We did that, and I got a couple of offers. I think I had about, at the end of everything, maybe like 200 offers from different schools. I didn't know anything. I don't know. I just played because I like to play the game. I'm gonna assume I was super cocky, but because I needed to have the swagger. But
you're cocky. You're
the legend of Prince.
Amen.
That's not. But hey, with good reasons though. You're nice.
The legend of Prince, man.
It was fun, man. But then in 01, I was on my way to a barbecue, and me and my brother were going to a barbecue, and I got hit by the car. A drunk driver standing on the corner, and when I got hit by the car, that was it. Like, I ended up in the hospital. It was nuts, man. Like, waking up in a hospital bed and not even, like, at the time I didn't know where I was. But when they explained it to me and they're like, oh yeah, you got hit by a car, yada, yada, I was like, you guys are joking, man. Like, then when am I gonna go home? I didn't know where I was. So when I woke up, it was just like, fuck, man. Like, I couldn't use any of my fine motor skills. I could barely walk. I had a level of paralysis. I was paralyzed a little bit, and in coma for like almost like a month. So it was nuts, man. Like, if I could really sit down and talk about it and like elaborate on it, I'd probably give you the whole more in-depth story. But like, just learning how to walk again and taking like little baby steps and like having everything, being able to do anything, everything was fine, and then all of a sudden you're back on the bottom. It's like, to have that happen to you, man, like, especially coming off like a season I had like that, or just in life, period. But it was tough, man. And I don't wish that on anybody. It was challenging to go through, but I had a good support system. My mom, she's there. She's very strong. My brother was a big support. Kaylan, I leaned on a lot too, because he was over at the house a lot of the times hanging out with us. Yeah, man, that's something that
I die.
Huh?
That's what the doctor said. The doctors came out. You were in a coma. This is probably a week to your coma. The doctor said you were gonna die. Well, he didn't say it in those words. He just basically said that we should all prepare for you to die. And not in those words either, but that's kind of what he said. And your mom, your mom said that anyone else who thinks like he does needs to stay away from you, and they want all new doctors, all new nurses, all new anything. Anyone who thinks like him has to leave. And then you just started like ascending since that day. Like, it was crazy.
Sick, man. Yeah, man. But
OP is leaving out that like he wasn't a typical recruit. He wasn't, like, when he's talking about 200 offers, it's not mediocre. We're talking like Syracuse.
Crazy.
Yeah, like he was, for me, watching him, he was the most dominant human.
Come on,
I've seen a lot.
Hands down.
No lies.
Hands
No
down.
cap. That's what it is. Facts, bro.
Wow, man.
Okay, will tell you, we went to the States and played everyone. We played LeBron's team when him and Olu were on the same team. We played everyone. Nobody sunned OP. Nobody.
Fuck.
So
half those things I don't remember really, but
so long ago, right?
Yeah, man. Like,
all of their life.
Yeah, you know what? I'm grateful to be here, and I'm trying to do everything I can in my power to appreciate and tell everyone to appreciate everything, because you just never know when it could be taken away from you. And just because it's taken away from you doesn't mean you don't have an opportunity to get it back, right? So in whatever way it comes back, like I always say, don't let the time it's going to be or the time it's going to take to do something be the reason why you don't do it, because the time is going to pass by anyway. Like,
and you still went to Pepperdine. You played
still
for
went.
Oh yeah.
After all that, still went. It tells you, bro.
I went to Pepperdine, and when I got to Pepperdine, so I remember it was they had a run at Milliken Mills. They had a run at Milliken Mills. I think it was Roy Rana and some other, and Coach Roll, those guys had a run at Milliken Mills. They had one earlier in the day at Eastern, and they had one at Milliken Mills in the second half of the day to accommodate the other people. I went to the one at Eastern, and I was just dunking up the place. I had a great time. And then I went to the one in Markham, and they subbed me in, and I don't know if they had Russell Hicks there, if it was another guy. Someone said it was Matthew Powell. I guess I came down and just jumped right clean over him and just dunked the ball. And that's when Pepperdine wanted to give me an offer. And then they pursued me like seriously for months, from Paul Westfall, who passed away recently. Rest his soul, came to my house in the winter, knocked my door, and like had the letter of intent in his hand. Him and Jim Nielsen was his assistant coach. And they sat around the table at my mom's house. She cooked some, macaroni pie, some roti and curry. We had it there, and we had this meal, and we sat down, and Paul Westfall was like, I want your son to come to my school. I was like, okay, cool. I knew nothing about California. I didn't know what Pepperdine was. I didn't know where I was going, but I looked it up online, and I couldn't do much because all I had was like this like a webcam that was like like there was like a tree blocking it on the internet, so you couldn't see anything. And 1 or 2 days you could see the sun, but I didn't really look into anything. I kind of just signed and went because I got hit and I didn't know what was going to happen after. I wanted to play NCAA ball, you know, so I figured a lot of schools fell off, so I just took Pepperdine, and it turns out I went out there and it was tough, man. They kind of based, you know, they just like I just got uprooted from Toronto with all the support I had here after the injury. And I just got like pin dropped into California. I had to do everything myself, you know, like manage my time, go to practice, go to school, go eat. All these things I had to do on my own that I had so much support to do when I was with me here, that when I got to Pepperdine, like I couldn't, not that I couldn't handle it, but I was in a way homesick because I still needed support.
Through your system. It sent the shock through your system.
Yeah, like
the grounds.
Yeah, I didn't. America's different because they expect you coming in as an athlete, like to be prepared to do stuff on your own, you know. And when I needed help with certain things, and certain things weren't functioning for me properly. So when I saw that I needed the help for myself and I wasn't really getting it from like the assistant coaches and the team people that I needed, I was like, listen, I want to go home, man. I want to get out of here. So I left Pepperdine and I came back home, and I was like, that was the challenge for me, not having the same setup and support that I had here over there. Like I had occupational therapists here, speech pathologists, physiotherapy. I had everything I needed. My mom was there, everything that I needed to mentally for me to be ready to go to school. And these coaches in Canada, you know, you get a scholarship from Toronto, or, you know, you're from Toronto, back in those days, it's just like, oh, pat on the back, see you later. Like there's no, no, that's what it was, you know, like they never sat you down and explained to you what it's going to be like going to school in America, how it's going to read some things like that.
They didn't know, though.
They didn't know. Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, that's true. And I can't say I expected that from them, but it was just a pat on the back. Like, yes, we finally got another one out, you know, like, but there's no preparation. There's nothing. You can't prepare yourself for that. Like, I remember being on Pepperdine's campus, and I was the man. I met people. I was having a great time, and all the black kids I knew, all the white kids I was cool with, you know. And then February 1st hit, racism. I was like, what? Like, Michael, what's up? Yo, Ashley. Fuck you, Oliver. What? Like, just cursing me out. The white, like, they just abandoned me. And then the black people were like, yo, brother, we got this. You're with us. I was like, okay. But we don't experience that down here as much, you know, to that extent. And in 2005 is a different time than it is now in 2021, man. So, sure. I mean, California especially has the Watts riots, Rodney King beating, all that stuff that we're not taught in our educational system. So I had no idea about that stuff going into that until I got there and I had to physically go through that. So, tough, man. I don't know, man. But yeah, that's my journey. Then I came back home. I went to junior college and I went to a Division II school in Memphis, Tennessee, and my coach was Smokey Gaines, the original Harlem Globetrotter. That was my coach. He was a hard-nosed running guy. He wanted us jogging outside in after Hurricane Katrina at 5 a.m., which was in Memphis. Like trees were on the floor. There was dogs out there with pussing teeth and like ready to bite you. It was nuts. And I had got Mike Zanadine Ghost to come out with me to Lemoyne Owen College in the school of Memphis. So he was there with me. And then something happened in the new year where like it was like 10 seconds till New Year's, like 10, 9, you know, the countdown, and there was tons of gunshots, and it was nuts. Like it was like a machine gun went off. And I was like, what? And the next day they arrested some guy in my room, my dorm room right above me. He had like assault rifles, grenades, C4, all kinds of, right above my room. I was like, nah, I gotta get out of here. So I left. Ghost stayed. I left from there, and I got in. After I left there, I went home again, and then I got enrolled to Monroe Community College in Rochester, New York. I went there. I graduated the 2-year program in a year or less than a year. I did like 120 credit hours. I was going crazy because I wanted to go back to Division I basketball. So after I graduated from there, I got the scholarship again to go to Florida A&M. I went to Florida A&M, and I got to Florida A&M, and I was there. And I was playing. I played, the first couple games of the season. We trained. We did everything right. The coach got fired, Mike Gillespie, for like some sex allegation charges of rape or some black lady he was chasing around. And then I went to the student office one day. They called me into the student office and they're like, "Hey, Oliver." I was like, "Hey, what's up? Like, what's going on?" "We don't have any information on you. You're not in the record, so you're gonna have to leave school." "What? What are you talking about? Like, I got a scholarship to come here." "Well, we can't find you on file, so you got to go." Crazy. And at that point, I called Andrew Lamont, white boy, Fudge, he was at UNC Asheville, and at that I had my car, my truck at the time. So I said, "Yo, bro, they just said I have to leave school." He's like, "Yeah, I'm leaving too." So I drove to North Carolina, picked him up, packed the car up, and came home. That was it.
I didn't know that part.
Right? You didn't know that part?
No, not that you picked up Fudge.
Yeah, I picked him up. He was let go from his school too or something. I don't know what happened. He never told me the ins and outs, but I picked him up and he drove all the way home. It's crazy. He had a ton of stuff. Thank God I had a truck because, man, that's it.
Crazy story, man.
There's more depth to it. I just don't want to kill your time.
Yeah.
Hours, man.
I hear you.
A long ass story, man.
I hear you.
Yo, Prince, were you on the Toronto All-Star versus Michigan All-Star? I can't remember.
Yes, I was on that team.
That was with Jalen Rose and them?
No, I don't know if Jalen Rose and them came down.
No.
You know what the crazy thing is? I won MVP for that damn tournament. I only had like a blur in the Toronto Star, fam. Danhue Lawrence, MVP. That's it. And then moved on.
What? Wait, you were on that team too?
Bro, I think I have the newspaper clipping here somewhere.
I didn't even know there was a clipping.
Yeah.
What? Oh my gosh, bro. There's so much that happened. Like,
yeah, man.
All right.
Idaho is where I experienced the most racism, though.
Ohio?
Yeah, man.
It's crazy in this world, man.
Like most we lived in like the middle of nowhere, man. We had a coach just like your coach too, but it was a football guy.
Okay.
Man, that's the most running I've ever done in my life. Like you can see blood clot that's popping up on my shin, bro. Like we ran outside, like no, bro. I was like, man, you're different, coach. Like you're different. This is not football. This is basketball.
Right, bro.
Like,
yeah, we had to run before we go back to class, and in Memphis, we had to do 150 suicides.
Yeah.
Retarded. I was so skinny out there, bro. I looked like I was dying. Man, I wish I could find
fellas. All right, fellas. Our next question will be a little quick one. So for each of you guys could just give me one of these. What is your most memorable moment of hooping in the city? Y'all can give me one each.
Mine's simple, man. Just being like 12 years old in Malvern. I used to go from, they used to open the gyms at separate times. So I used to go from the Teresa from like 9 to 11, and then Pearson from 11 to 1, and then Malvern from 1 to 5, and then MT from 5. And I just used to bounce around these gyms and go home. And
thank God for Toonie Tuesday.
Right?
Crazy, like,
save lives.
Danhue said, I had single mother too, but she was so comfortable with me just roaming the streets because she knew that like I was just going to this gym and that gym, and for me, even that little memory is just the best part of basketball. Like I'll never get back. I wish I valued it more.
Mm-hmm. Amen, man.
Yeah, that'll be the same for me, man. Bouncing around all those gyms.
Man, you got to choose something different, man.
Nah, man. Bro, I'm telling you, man. Those Malvern days was the best for me. Like the best for me personally. And I think the traveling too. I think the traveling, staying on an army base, that was pretty cool. Right. That was new and that was different for me. And you know what the funny thing is? I think the first time I understood what a family dinner was like was when I left the States. That was something that will ever stick to in my brain. Like, you know what I mean? Seeing the mom cooking inside and the dad like outside grilling some steaks and shit. Like that experience, I think, helped shape what I wanted and what I wanted out of life. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So when I had my son, that was the reason I gave up the professional basketball thing, because I had a bunch of offers to go play overseas, but when I heard my son was being born, I just kind of gave that up and came back out here. You know what I mean? Didn't have a father, so for me, I would say that was one of the things that kind of stuck with me too, though, is when I went to the States and saw that, how a family unit actually works, what a traditional family kind of looks like. You know what I mean? For me, that was, I would say, outside of the Malvern thing, if I was to change one thing, that would be like most memorable thing for me, is all the lessons I was able to take from that family and apply it now to my own, you know?
Yeah.
Tough.
All right.
Straight up, man.
Like that.
Growth, man.
Yeah. My one memorable moment would have to be just watching my mom, because I was also in a single mother home, but watching her like relentless efforts and constant support for me, man, like always there no matter what. Like even when, you know, I had to play basketball in Newmarket, anywhere. My mom drove to Florida to watch me play, bro. She drove to Memphis, Tennessee from Toronto to watch me play my first collegiate basketball game by herself, bro. Well, she was with my brother and my cousin, but she did the whole trip. Like, bro, there's not like
That's love.
Sick drive.
Bro, there's nothing like my mom. I thank God every day for her, dog. Sorry, bro. It's emotional, dog. Like,
No, that's love.
That's love, man.
if I didn't have her, bro, like I wouldn't be here on this podcast right now. Her strength,
she's exceptional though. She's not an average mom. Like she goes so
nuts, yeah. Goes hard. That's love.
And she got a scholarship when she was in Guyana playing netball. So maybe that
It's over. Yeah.
Yo, since OP decided that he was going to change his answer earlier with the team, I'm going to give it as another one because we used to travel a lot.
Yeah.
Me and OP traveled a lot, but like just grassroots in general. What some of these new guys don't understand, because I coached with Canada Lead and we had like Thon flying to games when the rest of us were like, so yeah, I shouldn't even name drop, but we had like other guys who were privileged, and then we would do the drive, and these kids don't understand, like we really slept in vans, and we drove from Toronto to Florida to Kansas to California to Seattle just to come back, and we left with $100 from the city.
Real shit.
So like we really struggled, but we played everywhere and played everyone. So that was a sick memory too, because like, yeah, that was fun. It was crazy, but it was fun.
Yeah, the Kansas was a lot, 17 hours, bro.
Yeah, we went somewhere before that. I don't remember. We went somewhere and then stopped in Kansas and then came home. Can't remember where.
I wasn't on that one with you. I know you're talking. I wasn't on that one. Jeez.
But yeah, that's the memories, fellas.
Those road trips are definitely what it is. Like when I was with Cleveland, we definitely drove from like Toronto to Philly, New York, whatever, with like 10
Philly
guys.
In New York is
I know. It's nothing. I know it's nothing. but like we did that drive with like 10 guys in the van.
Yeah. Regular.
You know what I mean?
You know why they stopped letting those 10-seaters go, right? Because there was Milt Palacios. He went to Louisville. Like there was a team from, was it like St. Brendan's or somewhere, a Jersey school, I think it was. They were driving in 2000 and I think 3 or 4, and the van flipped over, and there was like 4 top 100 recruits dead. You know, so they got banned. They banned those.
That's crazy because we used to do some shit with like man, like lying over man, sitting in the van.
Yeah,
it was crazy. Like
crazy. You didn't have Phil Nkrumah and Oliver Prince and PT in your same row.
Angelino,
Angelino, like
crazy footers.
6'10" guys, 200 pounds at age 12.
A tight ride, bro. Right. Some guys didn't even get checked at the border. They were just in the back. Forgot to.
And back then it was okay.
Didn't have a passport.
They knew what it was and just let it fly.
Yeah.
All right. So we reach a part of the podcast where we get to promote our social medias and anything else that we might be working on. So, Danhue, we'll start with you.
Sure.
Man, I'm not a big social media guy. You gotta give Oliver Prince all that, man. He needs all that. I don't need all that, man. I don't know, man. I'm quiet. I'm quiet with mine.
Your boss stuff going on, man. All love.
Yeah, but you know me, man. I'm quiet with mine, man. I'm just a low-key type of guy. I'm not on social media like that, but I'm on Instagram, but I don't need nobody to follow me. If I don't fuck with you, I don't fuck with you.
Oh, come on, we love you, Doug. Come on.
All love, man. All love.
Yeah, I don't really, like nothing really bubbles from social media for me either. I don't really have anything. I'm just family man at home all day.
Yeah. Best time.
Yeah.
Yep.
If I had something, I'd definitely love to say it right now. Maybe make myself a couple dollars.
Yeah, no, mine is we got a YouTube channel called Familia Prince, and my Instagram, Oliver Prince 29. That's all me and the kids. We have a Twitch called Familia Prince on Twitch for gaming and stuff, and yeah, that's it, man. And so we're back, and that's it, man.
That's it. So we're back.
That's it.
Hey, man, you hear that? You know what time it is, man. You hear that? You know what time
and it's Oliver's birthday, man. So one of you guys.
Happy birthday for sure.
On my birthday, man. Leap year.
Leap year for sure.
Yeah. It's my birthday, but it's not my birthday. So
I hear you.
Yeah, man. I was when this was starting, I was late because I had to go pick up my friend from the airport. Who
Sorry. Go
I
ahead.
had to pick up my one of my friends from the airport. She's just been in like an abusive situation where like the guy beat her up. She was in New York. I picked her up and took her back home because it's nuts, man. Like I was late. I stopped at Tim Hortons to get the kids some donuts. I had 2 minutes to get on. I ran upstairs and got on. But yeah, I wasn't even home.
We appreciate it. We appreciate it.
Appreciate it. That's love.
Anytime, man.
Birthday.
Thank you.
Happy early birthday. Happy birthday.
Everything on his day.
All right, Coach.
You're dying to come on here and say hi.
Yeah, that's cool. But yeah, with me, same old stuff, man. You know, COVID's going on, so we're still not really allowed in the gym right now. So just trying to get through day by day, you know.
Hey, Mr. Back to back. Stop being humble, bro.
I mean, we kind of, you know, dominated Alberta for the last few years, but
Fire.
you know, but we're just trying to get back in the gym, man. Like we got some big things planned. We got some big recruits coming in. We got a whole bunch of stuff going on, but it don't mean nothing if you can't get in the gym, right? So once we can get in the gym, we can get the ball rolling. Then we can kind of, you know, showcase on a national level. But right now, it's just about getting in the gym. That's the first thing, because right now the problem is not letting us get, like, I think we only get 10 guys in the gym, and that's if they're under 18. So what are you doing with college guys? No, it's just all individual work right now. So it is what it is, you know. But where there's a will, there's a way.
That's
Yeah.
right.
All right, Dewayne.
Just my Instagram, Chaz_Tenenbaum.
All right. And look at them sneak in right there. Look at them sneak in right before.
What's going on, kiddies? What's going on?
So
All right.
So we're back. That's what it is.
There we go.
Hi, baby.
So we're back.
They are, man.
All right. And as for me, you can follow my Instagram or Twitter page at The Senator. Don't forget to check out Not So Soft Podcast with myself, Nino Rockwell, and Kino the Great. Comes out every Friday. Don't forget to check out my Twitch page. I DJ on Twitch every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday from 6 to 8 Mountain Time, 8 to 10 Eastern Time. Don't forget to check out the Chatroom Podcast on Instagram at the.chatroompod. If you like this podcast episode, or if you liked any of the previous one and want to give us a little critique or tell us how much you love it, make sure to email us at thechatroompod@gmail.com. And don't forget to like, rate, subscribe, and share the Chatroom Podcast anywhere you listen or anywhere you watch. We're trying to get those numbers up. We've been doing really great, but we can always do better. So make sure to support, like, rate, subscribe, and share. And before we end this off, we want to say thank you once again to our guests. We appreciate all of you guys coming on, taking the time. And even if Coach gave Danhue the wrong time, it's okay. We appreciate you taking the time to come out and doing this.
Appreciate y'all.
For sure, man.
And
thank y'all, man. I hope this podcast go big, man.
I appreciate you, man.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Good luck to it.
And this has been the Chatroom Podcast, your favorite baller's favorite podcast. And we are out. Peace.
Peace.